from Techturks, Godwin of Tuteria. You remember last time we spoke when the world was a different place, online learning or online teaching was an option. I mean, what has happened, since the last time we spoke before the pandemic and after the pandemic and now, and we're still in the pandemic. So, how is Tuteria?
Okay. Tuteria is doing great. The last time we spoke was 2017. We have grown a lot since then. We've grown in terms of number of customers. I think at that time, I'm not sure, but we had maybe a few hundreds or maybe a couple of thousands. But now we've grown to around, I think, about 12 or 15,000 sort of paying customers from different parents and students around the country. We've grown in team size. We were maybe about 12 or so at the time, but now we are somewhere around 32 team members. So the market has changed. We've also matured in our understanding of the needs of our customers.
In our last conversation, you had a couple of aspirations that you mentioned. One of them was getting professional certification of bodies for ICANN and the others. What's the update on that?
So we didn't go that route anymore. We felt like the biggest segment of our market as at yet was academics for K-12.
Okay.
And we decided, because then we also had sort of limited funding, we were bootstrapping. So we felt let's deploy our resource in the best way to get the best outcome. So we focused on improving our K-12 learning process, really. And we haven't gone that route. But then we are returning to that now, but in a different way. Because of what COVID has done, we've seen the power of video lessons. That's pre-recorded video.
Yes.
And that's something that we have thought about for a while, but we didn't really do it as at the time. But now we've sort of arrived back at that same idea, and we've even started working on that. So the idea is we're building a video exam prep platform that helps people prepare for any major exam. So you have things like ICANN, GRE, SAT, but pre-recorded video lessons taught by some of the very best teachers we can find locally. So that's how we are approaching the same idea, because with videos we can reach a lot more people, and it can be really affordable compared to having to hire a physical tutor.
My belief too is that education is going to be one of the biggest businesses in terms of just retraining people. People go to school and just changing their whole curriculum. How are you trying to continuously differentiate yourself? What new products are you thinking of, propositions, so that at least you will, one, attract the right stakeholders, which is customers, and of course funding as well?
The space in which we play in the most is in private lessons. We would in a couple of months' time, we'll be having 3 major products. One is private lesson, 2 is group lessons, and the third will be video lessons by the time it's launched. But private lessons so far is our major product, and what we have done in that regard is to really critically look at how to improve the learning outcomes and the learning experience of primarily our customers, because we believe that by focusing on our customers' needs the most, we can attract every other support like investors and funding, actually build a sustainable business. So what we've done is, in a business like ours, the quality of the tutors is the most important thing. The way they are vetted, the way they are brought on board, and the support that they get. So we've spent some time building resources, support, and sort of re-vetting process to ensure that we are constantly having very good, high quality teachers. Recently we underwent an exercise to re-verify all the teachers we've had, and that has yielded a lot of amazing results. So we've had video interviews, personality tests, things that just ensures that we constantly have the very best teachers, because that's like the number one. The second thing we've done is we've also curated resources to guide the teaching experience. So things like worksheets, lesson guides, sort of well prepared sort of lesson plan that ensures that every teacher delivers high quality lessons to their kids. So let's say we have a parent who has a child in maybe a middle level school, but then the teacher he gets uses resources from some of the very best schools in the world. So that's what we've done. We've curated like world-class content, and that guides the teachers in delivering that service. That also includes sort of training the teachers to work with those resources. The third thing we've done is also introduce more guided sort of learning experience. So right now, if you get a tutor from Tuteria, you have pre-assessment tests where we get to understand the strength, challenges, and sort of the inclination of the student. And the personality test is not just academic, it's both academic and work ethics, because we had to redefine what should tutoring be in the 21st century. It's not just about passing exams. We feel it is, helping that student, which could be a child or an adult, know how to learn independently and develop the sort of the character and personality that can sustain his sort of personal journey down the line. So in our pre-assessment test, we test things like a child's aptitude to work, his aptitude to learn on his own, his interest in innovation, creativity, critical thinking, things that actually are the future of learning rather than like the past or the present. So the idea is that by understanding the child's current stage, things like confidence, communication, passion to learn, it guides, we use that to create a personalized lesson plan for that child, because we feel that each learner's needs are, different. So that has been really helpful, because that then gives the tutor and us sort of a sense of a direction. We use that to create things like independent study plan, things that beyond just the academics, the child can actually get to improve on every area of his personality, really. And then we have like parents get like weekly reports. So what that does is it shows you what has been done, because sometimes when the classes are ongoing, the parents are not there, so they sort of rely on the feedback they get afterwards. So we prepare like very structured weekly reports that shows you what has been done, the improvements we've seen, the challenges we've had, and the things that are currently being worked on. So you get a sense of like a weekly summary of what your child has been engaged with.
In our business, which is like heavily tech driven, we find that there's not a lot of women who are actually like coders or developers, which for us is something that we're trying to encourage more people, because you need diversity in that workplace. I mean, what's Tuteria trying to do in that space?
There's more demand for female teachers than male teachers, actually, but then there are not enough female teachers compared to males, especially for STEM subjects like physics, chemistry, math, for the math. So yeah, I think generally, the ratio last I checked was about 40% female, 60% male for tutors. But then the ratio for like STEM tutors is around maybe 20% female and 80% male. So we are currently, in fact, that's something we talked about some days ago, that we need to start a campaign for amazing, brilliant STEM female people to consider becoming tutors on our platform, because they can earn extra money and things like that.
Okay, Godwin, thank you very much for coming on Techturks again. I wish you all the best, and we'll continue the conversation offline.